Hey guys, I'm Lucas Mast, and I'm 15 years old, and this is my intro video slash week 5 video. You can find me on Tumblr as QueerGear, and my YouTube username is lucaslegistic. I'll put that down in the description box thing. Yeah. I consider myself to be straight because I identify as male. I play guitar. My blog is about fashion for FTM and MTF teenagers and young adults. I'm into anime and raves and stuff like that. I realized I liked girls when I was in 7th grade, and by the end of 8th grade, I had finally admitted to myself that I was bi. Yeah. Then in freshman year of high school, I came out as gay. Then sophomore year, about 5 months ago, I was sitting one night just kind of thinking about my gender and, just how I dressed, how I acted, etc., etc. And I was also looking back on my childhood. And eventually, over the next week, I just kind of realized that, I really identified more as male rather than female. And that kind of explained why I had such dysphoria over my chest and my body build and my voice, especially my voice. I've been slowly coming out to my friends as transgendered and asking them to call me Lucas and trying to inform them about me as best as possible. So yeah, on to the topic of the week 5. Yeah. Is there a Pride Festival in your state, and when is it? Yes, there is. This year's Pride Parade is in Columbus, Ohio, June 15th and 16th. Next question. Have you suffered any homophobia from loved ones or even strangers, whether it was intentional harm or accidental? How do you deal with it? What would you say to someone who doesn't mean to hurt you by saying it, as opposed to someone who is trying to hurt you? Yes, I have experienced homophobia from a lot of people at my high school especially, like some of them being people that I had even once considered good friends. This really isn't about those friends, but a couple days ago, I was walking down the hall of my school to my first period class, and I overheard some freshman guys talking about one of my friends who he himself is pansexual, and he had just transferred to my school recently. And one guy was going on about, saying, "Look at him, he dresses like my sister. I just want to punch the gay out of him. Rawr, so manly." Well, at the time, I really wanted to turn around and ask him if it was possible to punch the idiot out of him. Yeah, didn't do that though. Instead, I kept his face and his outfit, whatever he was, what he looks like. I kept that in mind, and I went straight down to the guidance office. I wasn't gonna put up with someone making fun of my friend like that, but I wasn't about to turn around and yell at him. What good would that do? So I told my counselor and went room to room with my counselor to try and see if the kid was in there. And I saw him and I pointed him out. And after that, he was suspended and had to apologize to my friend for saying such things. Anyway, what I'm getting at is problems get solved faster if you get an authority involved. I knew that I wasn't going to impact that kid at all if I just turned around and started cussing him out or yelling at him. Plus, punching him in the face would have kind of landed me right in the principal's office, right next to him. So, by involving adults with authority, that kid was taught a lesson, and it brought justice for my friend, Now, as for people who don't mean to hurt you, well, I would just politely explain to them what they're doing hurts, and explain, my side of the situation, why that affects me, and why I am, the way I am, And, but then, don't just keep talking about yourself, listen to what they're trying to say, because they probably have a point that they're trying to make as well. So And even if it's not exactly the smartest point, you can still do it in the courtesy of listening. Like, you know, when responding to someone who doesn't mean to cause you harm, you don't want to be vindictive or judgmental right back. Always be polite and understanding to any belief that they have. So, yeah, that's all I have to say for this week. See you next week.